Well, good morning, everyone. It is TGIF Friday. Thank God for Friday. I don't know if y'all feel about Friday like I do, but it's one of my best days of the week. I'm currently in the city of Lake Wylie, South Carolina. I'm not real sure if I've ever been here to this location, actually in this city of Lake Wylie. Just got actually dropped out the trailer that I was pulling. I had to wait a little while and meet up with the folks, but just got it dropped off. I'm going to be reading from Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. The rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. The rain descended, the floods came, the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So two foundations and two choices to make, as everyone in the world today that's ever lived has to make that same decision, whether or not they're going to build their house upon the firm foundation of Jesus Christ and His righteousness, or you're going to build your house upon the sand. And great will be the fall of that if that's the decision you make. But God gives us a decision to make. And He gives us free will today, and we thank God for the free will He gives to us. But at the same time, you understand that as sinful people, we need Jesus, and that's as simply as I can say it today. So TGIF, it is July the 19th. July the 19th, and I am bobtailing today. It's kind of unusual. I don't get to do it a whole lot, but today I am bobtailing and be heading back towards Charlotte here from Lake Wylie, which is just, I guess, south and west of big downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. I think I'm here in a Publix grocery store parking lot, I believe there. Just pulled over for a second there to get all our affairs in order. I was at a job site, just pulled out of there. Yeah, very nice Publix there. But I believe this is my first visit to the town of Lake Wylie. There was a lake there I just came over, and it looked like a very nice area here, very influential area. Stoplight where I can go across this road, because it looks like a busy road up ahead. But thinking about those foundations that we are building today, everyone is building their life on something. I realize everyone for the most part is working a job today. They're working their career, they're building their foundation there in the career that God has led them to. And so that will take you to success or failure, depending on how successful we are in our careers. And God led me to drive a truck so many years ago, straight out of school. I actually quit school and started doing it. That was not a good move. I wish I'd have stayed in school. And so don't do that. But God led me to leave school and start driving a straight truck at age 16. And like Johnny Cash, I've been about everywhere, that's for sure. I've seen a lot of beautiful sights. I've experienced a lot, good, bad, and the ugly. But it's been a good life. Now, as I'm about 5 months from turning 56, if the Lord allows me to live to December 23, but spent most all those years in the truck somewhere, going somewhere. Today has had me go to the town of York, South Carolina. I'm not real sure if I've been into York before. I may have, but I would prefer to come to South Carolina over Virginia any day of the week. If I couldn't stay in North Carolina, I would prefer to go to South Carolina. But we spent 2.5 years doing ministry in South Carolina, and I grew to love it. But that's where my mama's family's from for the most part. They call them sandlappers, if you will. But from Lower, South Carolina, Tabor City, North Carolina, that area, they still have family in that area. But so my dad's side of the family was from a little town called Siloam, I believe, in the Pilot Mountain area there of Stokes County. So I don't know how they met in the middle, but appreciate the fact that they did to get us to this world. So, just like the Lord bringing Janet down here from West Virginia when she was about 14 years old, maybe something like that. The Lord made these things happen, or else our 2 daughters wouldn't be born, who are now 30, getting ready to be 31, one getting ready to be 25. So God brought all these things together. He designs and orders our lives. And so if we make it to December the 7th, that'll be our 34th anniversary year that we've been together in the item, the unit. And it gets better and better and sweeter and sweeter. Obviously, our 5th grandchild just turned 2 a couple days ago. Our oldest grandson will be 18 in January, on the 14th of January. That's just an incredible thought that we got a grandson that'll be 18. Yeah, I was working at UPS Freight that day he was born, and I went to the hospital after I got off that night very, very late, because that job you got off anywhere from 10 to 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was somewhere up around midnight they let me in. That night he was born. Arlo, I was working my new job, and I guess I probably had to be up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I found out when I got up that morning that she had been born, I think about 9 o'clock the night before. But we were at Gravel Hill, pastoring that church at that time when Harlow was born, and we had preached and went home, and I think Faith went into labor, and they went on to the hospital about 3 o'clock that afternoon. I had to lay down about 5 or 6, so I don't remember. It's 2 years ago, but the days go very quickly. Time seems to pass along without much notice from a lot of people, but I've heard it said that time flies over us and leaves its shadow behind. And so it's the truth. The days go so quick. We're in July the 18th now, and got about 13 more days left in this month, and we'll be on to August. So I am going right now in a, let's see, I'm just about, this says 8.5 miles from being at 485 and Interstate 77. Looks like a pretty big lake coming up. I'm getting ready to go over this, maybe Lake Wylie coming up. But it is a beautiful morning the Lord has given us. I know today in Raleigh, as I was listening on the radio down there this morning, it's supposed to be a heat index of 107 in the town of Raleigh, our state capital. So not going to be a lot different here. Today is going to be hot in the mid-90s. Those heat indices in the 100 to 105 range, I'm sure, here at the house as well. They said around Fayetteville today, the heat index is supposed to be like 110. And at our beaches as well, so that's incredible heat. As you can see the lake up ahead there, I can see a lake. Like I said, this is new territory here, as the gas prices there at Circle K were $2.81 at the Quick Trip there. Beautiful lake there coming up on the left and on the right, I guess. There's Papa Doc's Shore Club and Restaurant. I'm sure there'll be a lot of activity on that lake this morning, hot as it is. Yeah, there's pontoon boats out there. Beautiful lake. Clean. Very clean area. It's not like that everywhere you go. Beautiful, beautiful this morning. I could be out there on that lake myself, fishing rod in hand as I'm looking at the North Carolina state line just ahead. So this Lake Wylie borders North and South Carolina here. Back into Tar Heel. Back into Tar Heel now. That's just fine by me. Beautiful condos there on the right. Condominiums or townhouses. Our company builds a lot of those townhomes and helps out provide the building materials for it at least. We got Harlow's birthday party coming up tomorrow. Looking forward to that. We'll be hitting that YMCA in the morning and then birthday party in the afternoon. There's Lake Wylie Baptist Church there. So I guess you could consider this a part of the suburb of Charlotte. I was trying to avoid the traffic around Charlotte at this time if I could, and I hope to, but if it brings me out on 485, I'll be west of the airport, so I should miss most of it this morning. There is Palisades Park Elementary School. Don't have much activity there, but it won't be long. Palisades High School, and that is in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools there, it says. So, as I said, this looks like